It may be a bit confusing to hear about all of these shapes at one time with all the different attributes, but they really make quite a bit of sense, feeding off one or the other. The quadrilateral family has 4 sides to the figures that are in this grouping. That's what they have in common. All of them have the 4 sides. However, there's the shape of them probably could be thought of as quadrilaterals can be broken up into trapezoids, parallelogram, and the trapezoid, 4 sides, parallelogram, and the kite. From there, we have a specific kind of trapezoid. Not all trapezoids are isosceles trapezoids, but some are. The parallelogram can be subdivided into rectangle and rhombus. They kind of feed off of that. We have a rectangle and the rhombus. The square has attributes of both the rectangle and the rhombus, and naturally the parallelogram as well. So the square has both. In one instance, the rhombus could be thought of as a special kind of kite. Hopefully you have the notes that you've taken from each of the other shapes as I've taught them. If not, please go back and make notes on these. Keep them in front of you when you're actually doing your geometry. When numbers are put into the sides and the diagonals and such, when you're figuring out how to make triangles congruent, this understanding the basic attributes of these symbols is hugely, hugely helpful. And having the notes right in front of you, you can leave those out when you're doing your worksheets and refer to your notes so you understand what you're looking at after the shapes are twisted and turned and reoriented in different positions. When a math book says parallelogram, it's telling you all the attributes. Think of all the attributes of your parallelogram. Two opposite sides that are both congruent and parallel. The diagonals bisect each other. The opposite angles are congruent. All of those things count by just simply saying a parallelogram. Then all of that other things, all the other things that you learned about that particular shape come into play. The directions for most of those problems are very short. They'll say something like diagonal of the parallel bisects the angles. You know bisect means to cut into 2 equal pieces. So you have to have the vocabulary, and it's very helpful to have it right in front of you when you actually are doing your assignments. And the practice from your homework is actually going to make the attributes gel in your head, so when you get to the test and the quiz, you're going to be able to remember what you're looking for.